Hey guys, alright. Just gonna be streaming a little bit of For Honor for now before my friend gets on. Then we're gonna be doing some dueling and brawling. But I'm just gonna go through my first impressions of what it feels like to start up the game for the first time, especially if you didn't play the beta. So, alright, some of the basic things here in the main menu. Well, those are the options rather. So we got these different game modes here. Multiplayer, story mode. I'm surprised that wasn't in beta, so there's actually a campaign. So that's pretty cool. Uh, quick match, that's just, you know what quick match is. Custom match, that's for training. You don't get XP or any of that stuff. But one thing to note is that, okay, you have like the heroes here, including the extra 3 that came with release. Initially, there were only 9 in the beta. Um, you may notice that only the leftmost 3 are unlocked at the start. So these are, well, they call the Vanguard units. They're all categorized as easy to play: Warden, Raider, and Kensei. So these are the Knights, these are the Vikings, and these are the Samurai. You're given an option to choose a faction at the start of the game, but it does not affect what characters you can play. You can choose any hero you want. It only affects the war or the faction war that goes on, and it's going on all the time. Right now, surprisingly, the Vikings are way in the lead, whereas during the beta, the Samurai were in the lead. But that can change, so don't worry about that too much. You can also change your faction midway through, but you do not get the rewards that you would get if you had won the first round. There are like 5 rounds, as I'll show you here. Round 1, round 2, round 3. Each round lasts a certain amount of days, and after all those rounds are over, then that's the season. So changing a faction just will not give you rewards for that round. But jumping ship, I don't know. I think a lot of people are jumping ship to Viking just because they're way in the lead. If I press F3 in multiplayer, you'll see. Oh well, you can see it here. Vikings 36 territories. These Samurai 10, very bad. And I'm Samurai right now. And the Knights are 14. So okay, F3 to go back out. Controls are actually pretty cool. And yeah, I'm going to be jumping around a little bit because I'm quite new to this. So here we have orders, right? They're basically dailies as well as bonuses. If you play Battlefield 1, think of medals. You toggle them on, and when you accomplish the what's required of the order, you'll get a bunch of XP. So if I press Q, see that these are the daily orders. So elimination duty, complete 2 elimination matches in PvP with any hero. Elimination matches, well, that's a game mode. Those are okay. Dominion is 4v4, as I explained in my previous video, with soldier units and stuff like that, and capture points. Elimination is 4v4, but without any of the capturing and without soldiers. And then there's a third 4v4 mode, which is called skirmish. That's gonna have no, that's gonna have soldiers, but no capturing of any points. So, yeah, a lot to take in, but relatively simple. You'll get the hang of it. So we got the dailies here: elimination and Dominion duty. Dominion 4v4 with soldiers and capture all that stuff. Here's the cooldown till the dailies reset. One thing to note is that when you toggle on dailies in the contract orders, like I've toggled these 3, 1, 2, 3, you can toggle 3 at a time. You can toggle them off and switch to another one too, like this. Right, doesn't really matter. One thing to note is that when the dailies carry over and it resets, whatever you have toggled on, they stay on even if the dailies change. So you can complete them and then get the dailies for the next day. I mean your contract orders for the next day. Yeah, that's just something I noticed from playing the open beta. I think it should still carry over to launch. Let's see, what else? Okay, I'm gonna back it up. We'll go to heroes really soon and I can show you a few things. I didn't unlock a lot of them, but basic tips, another very important thing to do, going back to the menu, is, well, how to play. How to play includes practice, advanced practice. These are basically the tutorials. You do not want to skip the tutorials. They are actually really helpful because they, well, this game isn't your run-of-the-mill game. It's pretty unique and a lot of fun, but it's a game that you really have to play to, you know, get the most out of it. It's great to watch, but when you play it, you'll see what I mean. And even the mouse controls, even though it was designed for a gamepad, the mouse controls may be awkward at first. I'll show you later when I actually get into a sparring match. But once you get the hang of it and adjust your sensitivities, you'll be good as gold. Why did I advise not to skip the tutorials? Well, very simple. You see, this is the in-game currency. They call it steel. You can use it to buy armor packs, redeem armor packs rather. Those armor packs will carry gear that will have stats, and of course different looks. You can also transmogrify stuff that looks cooler onto stuff which has better stats. But that's a little bit more advanced. And don't worry, yeah, it's not pay to win because quite a few of the game modes, the gear stats don't come into play. And even then, they're pretty marginal at best in the game modes that matter. Yeah, and another thing you can do with the currency is you can get, well, all kinds of stuff. You can unlock new outfits, which are cosmetic skins. Some of them are really cool, but quite expensive. You can unlock uh, some new execution animations. You have two default ones, and you can unlock two new ones. So a total of 4 different execution animations per hero. In the beta, there was only an additional one to unlock, but appears that there are 2 to unlock in launch. Well, so I was rambling. Back to why not to skip practice. Doing basic practice, the basic tutorial, when you finish it, and it doesn't take long, you get 2000 steel right off the bat. And then when you do advanced practice, you get another 1.5k. So that would be a 3500 steel just by doing the 2 tutorials. I don't know if there's anything else that gives free steel at the start, but yeah, those 2 definitely do give steel, so do them. And yeah, even if they don't give steel, you should be doing them really. Okay, free mode is just gonna be, well, jumping into a game real quick and just fighting and messing around. Yeah, game mode videos, you can access this when you're in your heroes tab, but they just are gonna be little in-game videos that just introduce you to the various game modes. Hero fight videos, you can also access this from your heroes tab, but yeah, there are 2 different types of videos, basic and advanced for each hero. You can't choose how fast you can watch the video, like you can't skip ahead, but you can pause. They are pretty short, but they do show you how the character plays, a little bit of a preview. For example, let's just watch the Kensei basic. You'll get something like this, see? It'll tell you like it's balance, simple, long range of action, and yeah, it looks pretty sick, especially when you're a new player and you don't really have a grasp of the game yet. You'll notice that they're doing really cool stuff. So that's something you can do to improve your game before you even start playing. Watch the tutorials, watch the videos. A bit of preparation really goes a long way, but nothing's better than actual practice. Then there's dual practice against bots. 3 levels. 1, 2, 3. Well, 4. Bot level 0. Bot level 2 I find is pretty good to train against. Bot level 3 I have not tried. I would assume that they are pretty tough, and they seem to use more of the move sets of each hero the higher their difficulty. So yeah, that's another thing to take note of. So I think we're done with how to play for now. Going back to the main menu, we've got all this. So customize, story feats, something new to me as well. Feats are skills that you can use in battle, certain battles, not duel, not brawl as far as I know, only in 4v4 Dominion and Skirmish. They unlock as you play the game, as you play the match and kill stuff, perform executions. You get this thing called Renown, and it fills up a bar in the bottom left corner. I'll show you that later. And in customize, you can also customize your heroes. So this is the screen you'll be seeing a lot. This is your hero selection screen. It's also where you unlock the heroes that you might want to play that are not initially unlocked. You just have to mouse over or click on the recruit button, and they all cost 500 steel. One good thing to note is when you're playing a custom match for practice, besides setting all the things you can set, like whether or not you want bots, you know, infinite timer, gear stats on or off, the radar, basically a minimap, respawn, all these things, right? Renown gain, revenge. You can use any hero you want. It doesn't matter whether you've unlocked them with steel. In custom match, you can play any hero. It doesn't show that they're unlocked. See, if I launch it, alright, pardon the loading time, and I just choose a team, it says, look, not recruited yet, right? But if I wanted to train, say, the new, okay, I want to play an Orochi. This guy is very close to what you would think a samurai would fight like. You know, if anyone watches Rurouni Kenshin, in the States they call it Samurai X. He does that. You know, very cool, quick, agile, fast counter-attacker. So the 3 factions, each of them have 4 heroes right now. Yeah, I love the loading screen. But one thing to take note of is for the heroes. Okay, right. Now I'm in game. It's a bit noisy. You can see my renown bar there now. That's in the bottom left with the fist icon. Yeah, that will fill up as I fight, as I block attacks, all these things. And
you lost.
Sorry, I'm sorry. That's the revenge meter. The renown one is, you can't see it right now, but it's also in the same location. It's just above the feats. The feats are the 4 locked things you see in the bottom left.
You captured Zone C.
Bottom right, you got your minimap, and top right, you have the score of each team. So right now, I'm on the blue team, and yeah, it's not like other games where you are always like on the blue team if you're the player and the enemy is always red. You can end up on the orange team, or you can end up on the blue team. So when you're on the orange team, yeah, kill blue people or soldiers. So I could do a little bit of fighting right now. I'm really not good at Orochi. My friend is, but I'm not. As you can see, the soldier units, they die in 1 hit. Left click or right click, doesn't matter. And this is important not only in the... Oops. I don't want to get him back. Oh, I'm dead. Yeah. Oh, and when you're dead, if you don't get executed... Let me just turn down the volume. It's a little bit loud.
You captured Zone C.
So, yeah.
You lost Zone
If
A.
you don't get executed, you can be revived by a teammate. They just have to run over you and press E, which is the default, or hold down E for a while. Or, yeah, like I'm getting revived by a bot.
Lost Zone C.
Alternatively, if that doesn't happen or it's just not viable, you can just left click and respawn. If you do get executed, and executions happen when you finish off an opponent with a heavy attack, or any skill or part of your moveset that has a heavy attack. So let me open up my hero moveset. Okay, and you can check that out. Hero specific. These things are pretty basic. Revenge. This builds up as I told you, and it's sort of like you go Super Saiyan. You have all these extra powerful things like uninterruptible attacks, boost your damage and health. It's pretty much a Hail Mary ability, and it rounds out after a while. Renown. That's what gets you your feats unlocked. So yeah, now I'm getting killed. Yeah, but doesn't matter. And then we have the top light attack combo. So these things below, as you see, I scroll down. Alright, these things are unique to your hero. These are passives. Deflects are unique to assassins. Assassins would be, for Vikings, that would be the Berserker. They have a high skill cap, but they're generally considered quite fast, but they still have quite different playstyles. For the Samurai, it's the Orochi, which I'm playing right now. And for the Knights, it's the Peacekeeper. Lots of dots and stuff. So what's unique about Assassins? I'll just jump right into it, and well, I'm jumping all around anyway. They have Deflect. Deflect is something that only Assassins can do, and it's pretty sick. What it essentially does is it deflects a move. This is totally different from parrying, by the way. You deflect a move by dodging in the direction of an incoming attack just before impact.
You lost.
So the moment you do that, and you got to get the timing just right, because you're essentially dodging into the direction of an attack instead of away. If you get it just right, you will deflect the attack, and there'll be a quick window for you to punish with a quick attack. For the Orochi, look at the move list on here on the right. You press F3, you see the legend of what icons do what. For the Orochi, they have these two, Wind Gust and Hurricane Blast. This means deflect. So if I deflect and then I press left click, I'll do Wind Gust. It'll definitely land. They can't block it or anything because there's that, stagger time. Hurricane Blast takes a bit longer to execute. It usually won't be able to land. Only certain heroes that maybe have really fast attacks will be able to perhaps counter or hit you before it lands. So yeah, that's about it for in-game stuff. I didn't unlock feats and stuff because I wasn't fighting, but yeah, so that's how the game mode works if we're doing this. I'm gonna jump out of the game right now. Quick to main menu. Oh, and yeah, I can say from personal experience playing the open beta, this launch build is totally different from the open beta, even though open beta was only a couple days ago. The launch build is way more stable. Quite a lot of things that were problematic in the open beta are not here anymore, which leads me to believe that they didn't just fix them, but I think they had this much more optimized build ready to go and they tweaked it. The open beta build just was far worse. in many cases. A lot of disconnects, group problems, stuff like that. Okay. Since I haven't gone into combat yet, and that's the last thing I want to go into regarding this video, I want to show you more about heroes and the customization. Unfortunately, I can only show you customization of heroes that I've bought or unlocked. So I'm going to show you something that I already have unlocked, like the Warden. Or, okay, well, I'll show you something like the Samurai's Vanguard, which will be Kensei. This was my main back in the open beta. So you can choose a few things. How to fight shows your moveset and the two videos I mentioned earlier. Progression is just progression. It's just what you've done and what you've gotten as you've been playing the class. Scavenge gear. Now that is something different. This is where you buy armor packs or weapon packs. Basically gear packs. That's 4 different types. Basic. You can see 1 gear of higher level guaranteed. And then this one is an armor pack, 1 higher level gear guaranteed. Weapon pack, same thing. And then the premium, you get 5 random pieces, could be armor, could be weapon, and 2 gear pieces will be of higher level. From what I got back in the open beta, the higher level, so-called higher level gear would be level 3, and the lower level ones would just be level 1, normal stuff. They alter your stats in different ways. So some stuff might, increase your attack at the cost of decreasing some other stat, such and such. So it's all about optimizing and customizing your build, rather, using the gear that you can get. You also get gear after you finish matches sometimes, not all the time. And so far I've only gotten crap gear, but yeah, you can get better gear, I assume, later on. You can see that there are not many slots. Okay, so there's just mainly a chest piece, right? Arms, a helm, and weapon. Weapon is unique. Weapon actually has multiple parts. So for the Kensei, or Samurai in general, there's the blade. So you can actually customize your blade. Some blades look different, they've got some engravings, stuff like that. Very cool. Or you can press shift if you want a previewed weapon. Unfortunately, it seems you can't zoom and stuff. You can just turn left and right. But anyways, back to the weapon. You got the guard, and you have the hilt. So yeah, it's pretty cool for customizing. And you can get some pretty cool looks and, well, pretty unique looks. Pardon my lack of vocabulary. Now for appearance, this is where you can really start customizing your gear. As you can see, I chose chest piece, so that's the paint pattern. This is basically just a pattern that's going to appear on your armor. There's the engraving. I've never unlocked any of these yet, but you can see the requirements in the bottom right. So there's Moth, unlocked by completing Samurai Story or add hard mode, things like that. So you'll add a texture to your chest or whatever piece. And then there's symbol. I believe there's only 1 piece of armor that you can put your emblem on. You can customize 4 different kinds of emblems, like battlefield, so I made this myself, layering different symbols and stuff on top of each other. So this is a unique emblem, and I can put it on my chest piece as a Kensei. But I think Warden, yeah, you can only put it on your back. This is just for the emblem. For other symbols, no worries, you can put them on your gear at any time. You can also hit left control or whatever button you have if you're playing on a console, and that will just cycle through the 3 different color types. Why does it cycle between 3 types? Well, because there's a neutral color scheme, there's a color scheme for when you're on the orange team, which is called, I think, defender or attacker, I'm actually not sure, and then there's another color scheme for the other team, so 3 in total. So if I do a little bit of customizing right now, you know, I could just like, yeah, put my emblem on my chest, you know, on the shoulder pads I could change the paint pattern, no engravings yet. I could put a logo or a symbol rather, which you can unlock more in future. So I like ones like the dragon. This is from the Ubisoft Club. It's kind of cool. Yeah, stuff like that. And then there's colors. So like I said, neutral, attacker, and defender. You got the neutral ones, so you can see how they affect the look of your character. Attacker, limited, because these are attacker-based colors. They are usually quite orangey, you know, more harsh tones. The defender ones are more blue, more dull. It sets them apart. So yeah, defender is probably blue team, orange is probably attacker team, I would assume. Okay, so that's ooh, I achievement unlocked. I don't know what I did there, but never mind. So that's that, and now comes out. Oh yeah, ornament. Way more ornaments than in beta. You can get these by spending steel. They add an ornament to your helm. Basic helm, and then look at that. You can get some really cool. Oh, it's a crab. Okay, that's not so cool. I've got crabs. And wow, Raging Hydra. So that you got to acquire the Pit Viper Samurai Mythic outfit. Since we mentioned mythic outfits, I'm going to jump onto outfits now. Outfits sort of customize the entire look of your character. They do not have stats associated with them, of course. This is not a pay-to-win game. What we have are just, well, different looks with different names. Nothing really impressive here in the battle tier, but let's go up a tier to elite. At the moment, there's only one, I checked earlier, and that would be this. So Flight of Spring for the Kensei. You can see the difference, right? And of course, there's the third. Well, there's Reputation. I don't know what's the difference here. I think it's from getting higher reputation, then you unlock more, yeah. But the top tier outfit, I think, is Mythic. Really big difference. And I just found this out earlier before I started streaming this. Mythic outfits, I mean they cost a bomb, 15,000 steel, but they come with a visual effect. Yeah, that's right. Those are actually sakura blossoms coming down. It's part of this outfit. It comes with this outfit. You can unlock them, and they actually don't just appear like this. They actually appear when you're doing executions as well, or taunting with your emotes. So using the same thing, Kensei, oh, these are the feats, yeah? So yeah, you got stuff like this. You start with no feats when you start a fight. And yeah, as you gain renown, as I was mentioning, you fight, and then you unlock your first feat, which will be Fast Recovery in this case. It's a passive. Second, Inspire. Third, Second Wind. Multiple charges on this. So there's a bit of a... when you press it, your animation locked for a while. Very short amount of time, I think a second or less. But you get a chunk of HP back that can really save your life and help you win a battle. Then there's Aerostorm. The fourth ability usually is some sort of AoE attack, I've noticed. Uh, there's friendly fire in this game also, so watch out for that. But yeah, this can be used on ground units like the soldiers to kill a lot of them at the same time, and also maybe area denial. Multiple ways to use them. And yes, for the 4 feats, there are 3 incarnations or 3 different variations for each slot. So slot 1, if I press left here, oh sorry, right, you can change it. You can only have one. Okay, so either fast recovery, or if I unlock it, I can have body count. Killing soldiers grants you health and stamina. Iron lungs, you can still sprint when you're out of stamina. Yeah. Same for the others. So Aerostorm, Stalwart Banner, Unblockable. This just really allows you to customize your character's feats, and essentially that just changes how your character plays. Oh yeah, and press shift anytime if you want to overview your character and take a look at it. So you can unlock them all right away using steel. And yes, you can buy steel using real life money. So I guess, yeah, you could kind of call that pay to win, but really not. It isn't that big of a deal. Uh, so going back, talking about those mythic outfits and the effects, particle effects that came with it. Yeah, you got these. So idle, none. There's one called darkness that you can buy with steel. So you get this like black cloud or mist that floats around you when you're idle. And Sunbeam. This is unlocked as a Ubisoft Club reward. I think it costs 50 Ubisoft points. Yeah, when you're standing still for a second, just a split second later, you'll have this little light illuminating you. But the most impressive one, which I just found, is the particle effect that comes with the mythic outfit. So cherry blossoms or sakura blossoms. Pretty cool, right? Yeah. But executions. Alright, wait, actually I better show you the executions first. Executions would be Beheader for Kensei. Nice, right? Off with his head. The ground stab, I use this a lot. They're just animations, by the way. They don't do extra damage or anything. An execution is just, well, the guy's dead already, but you kill him with a heavy attack. You just get to do an execution animation to finish him off stylishly. And the most important thing is you regenerate health when you get an execution off. Well, actually not the most important thing. Not only do you regenerate health and I think stamina, you also prevent that hero from being able to be revived by a friendly teammate. So executing is really important. And these are the ones that you can unlock with steel. So you got evisceration there. And my favorite one, which I saw earlier, insert new spine. Shoves it right down. Ooh, yeah. Very vicious, very visceral, very awesome. Now, for the big time addition to the mythic outfits. Executions with effects. So for darkness, yes, the dark cloud floats around. That looks pretty cool already, a little bit messy, I guess. The cherry blossoms, much better, you know. Actually, this isn't as awesome as what I'm going to show you in a bit. But yeah, cherry blossoms, that's the mythic one. I'm going to jump right over to Warden, the Knight Vanguard. This is a really popular class, you know, he's pretty much the poster boy for the game as well. Used a lot, very adaptable. I haven't trained him much, but I'm thinking about it because I love the way armor looks. But let's just check out his appearance. So all those things I've mentioned before, you don't have to worry about them because you already know, right? Ornaments, stuff like that. But the outfits, elite, a little bit better. Mythic, you'll notice besides looking quite awesome, it comes with that particle effect, right? But it's different for each faction. So Samurai get the Sakura Blossoms, Vikings get lightning. Yeah, Thor is Thor stuff. So you get lightning, uh, like surges around your body and stuff. But for the knights, I don't know. This really makes me want to play the knights. You get fiery wings. Holy crap! I have no idea how this is in any way something to do with knights, but you get fiery wings. That just makes me want to play knights. Now, if we go over the executions, think about those fiery wings, yeah? Okay, darkness is shared, so everyone has that. Same thing, execution, and yeah, you got darkness all over the place. But hellfire in an execution, man, it flares. Look at that. That huge burst of flame. It's beautiful. That makes me really want to play knight. So, play knight classes. Or heroes, rather. So that's, yeah, I think I've covered pretty much everything. Well, I've covered most of the basics right there in terms of the UI and how to play the game, or how to control or choose stuff. My friend's pestering me for a game now, but I'll do a quick custom match with a bot, just to show you what it's all about. And in fact, I think I'll just do multiplayer and I'll do 1v1. So okay, the multiplayer modes, you can choose duel and brawl, dominion, and deathmatch. Deathmatch would be, 4v4, no soldier units and stuff. Actually, is skirmish part of? No. Okay, yeah. So it's 4v4. Dominion 4v4 with soldier and capture the point. Duel and brawl, that's 1v1 and 2v2. So you can choose PvP or PvE. You can play against AI as well. And as you may notice, gear stats are off on the right. Look at that. That's why I say this game isn't paid to win. In that sense, because when you duel and all that, the gear stats do not come into play. Everyone's on an evil playing field. It's just all up to your skill. And down here shows medium activity, so that's just, well, how active your server is. And if I press social, you can actually see how many players are online at the moment. It's morning here in Singapore. I'm from Singapore, by the way, in Southeast Asia. So 53,000 people playing right now. That's pretty okay. In this region, I've seen about 130, 140,000, maybe more during launch day. I didn't play on launch day, I'm not sure. But yeah, this is your social tab, also where you invite people. Just press F2. Okay, back to duels. I could fight a real player right now, but for the purposes of the game, explaining combat itself, I'm going to 1v1 duel AI, do a bit of settings. Oh yeah, I totally forgot how to set the difficulty level for the bots. I'm not sure if the one here is, I'm not sure if it affects everything. I'm sorry, this is not good. I forgot where that setting was. Damn it. Well, doesn't matter. I'm just gonna go ahead and play against a or dual AI. So 1v1 dual AI. Hit play. There we go. After this, you get to choose your hero. So yeah, this isn't custom match anymore, so you can't choose the heroes that you haven't unlocked. Only the ones that I unlocked Berserker because I was using it to practice against my friend yesterday. Um, I could play that. I'll just play something more basic. Like, yeah, probably the Warden or the Kensei. Yeah, I'll just play the Warden, yeah. Loading in. Yeah, I might lose. I really haven't practiced much at all. And I'm gonna be using this to explain some fundamentals anyway.
Round one.
Fight! Oh, nope, didn't say that. Okay, so that's a Nobushi, spear user, dots, all those things. What you're gonna notice is, well, I'm running around now with shift, but if you really want to fight a guy, sorry, yeah, I'm getting my ass kicked. You gotta press control, okay, and then you enter the combat mode. You may notice on my character itself, there's these 3 directions I can move my mouse. This is pretty tricky, so you want to get used to this. If I move my mouse left a little bit, it's going to be blocking left, right, and then up will be top. Same for the enemy, you may notice she has the left, right, and up, except when she does that as a hidden stance. It's a move that Nobushis have. Now, for every class except the assassins, like Berserker, Peacekeeper, and what's that, Orochi, you cannot. Oh, I got knocked off the map. Yeah, they are environmental kills. You cannot just keep holding in that direction and block an attack. Their blocks are different. They can deflect by dodging into the direction of an attack, but their blocks, when you like flick in that direction, like left or right, there's a quick cooldown, so they only last like a short amount of time. So you have to be like more, you know, like see, I blocked that. I'm just holding left. I hold up. I blocked it up, but I'm bleeding. You know, she put a bleed on me. Some heroes are gender locked, like Nobushi. They're only females. Yeah, so I can just keep blocking in this direction, that direction. From what I read, if you have a high DPI mouse, like 6000 plus or whatever, you might really want to watch out with your sensitivity. You might even want to drop your DPI. Okay. Reason being is that just the slightest movement might change where you're blocking and where you're aiming. And the direction you're blocking or in is also the direction that you will be attacking from if you press an attack in most cases. So if I were to like block left and press left click, see, that's a swing from the left, a light attack. Right click is heavy attack, that'll be a slower swing from the left. Right? So that's the basic stuff. Now, it's really hard to explain stuff and do at the same time when I'm not trying to fight. If you hit a heavy attack, which you press right click in the direction of I died. Okay, she's swinging from the top and you see that red bar pop up. If you hit heavy attack at the right time whilst attacking in the same direction, which is up, you will parry the attack. Everyone can do that. As I mentioned before, the deflect is assassins only, which is dodging in that direction, and you can auto sort of like a parry, but it's different from a parry. It can lead into combos. Looks like servers are sketchy at the moment. Yep, so that's about it. I guess maybe I should play another match and try and play properly. There are movesets to be looked at too. You can try those out. Yeah. So I'm going to use a Berserker. This is an assassin. It's considered quite a high skill cap. I have not practiced it much, but yeah, I'm just going to mess around, see if I can win. Okay, so for the bots, Oh yeah, you can tell who you're going up against based on the loading screen. Not here, because, well, it's a bot. Actually, it probably is a warden or something. But
Round one.
yeah, you can see which characters are in the loading screen and you can prepare accordingly. Oh, it's not. So yeah, that was just a staple. I'm actually fighting a different Viking. I believe that's is it the Viking with a shield? Yeah. So that's a war. Wait, is that a flail or a sword? Sorry, that's a knight. Okay, so that's the knight class shield user. They're called conquerors. Uh, yeah, pretty tough. I hate shield users. Yeah. So okay, the damage, you can really change the course of a fight really quick by landing hits and combos and stuff like that, mixing it up, canceling attacks. Oh no! Yeah. So he used the guard break. Oh yeah, there's a guard break button. By default, it's bound to middle mouse button. I recommend immediately changing that binding. I use mouse 4, my thumb button. You could change it to something else. Uh, Q and E are your execution moves. When you finish off, you get prompted to use them. But E is also default for cancel heavy attack. So heavy attack, I can press E and do a quick cancel, you see, so I don't commit to the attack. Sort of a mix-up game. As a berserker, I can also cancel my light attacks with a dodge. Dodging is spacebar and direction. So yeah, I can cancel. Yeah, and do a little bit of mix-ups here and there. And then I have my combos like 3 right clicks. Oh yeah, I have a stamina bar. I see that green bar below my HP. Yeah, you gotta watch out for that. So that was 2 high attacks. I don't know why I did 2. I should be doing other things. So I can attack from the left and right, and I can dodge and press left click, which is a move for this class. So I killed him with a heavy attack move. I could execute. Got a little bit of health back there. So as I said, heavy attacks will prompt a finisher if you finish the fight with a heavy attack. It doesn't have to be just a heavy attack. It could be a move that involves a heavy attack. I'm just gonna fight now and try to pay attention. So I'm gonna do some blocks, and yeah, since I'm an assassin, of course, I have to time my blocks really well. And AI is really tricky to fight, especially when there are shield users and stuff. Okay, see how he used up his stamina and his bar was gray? That means you gotta control your stamina usage, If you use it all out, you're gonna become really slow, and if someone guard breaks you while that happens, you will be knocked to the ground. There are other attacks that can knock you to the ground as well, but yeah, just don't run out of stamina. It's a really bad idea. The best thing to do when you run out of stamina and it goes gray is try to block your attacks, block attacks that are incoming, dodge. Be careful not to roll. Rolling would be pressing spacebar twice, like this. That uses quite a lot of stamina. Yeah, so. Whoa! Yeah, I didn't want to get knocked off. Whoops. Oh, I didn't want to get knocked off, and I did get knocked off. Because I'm a noob. Yeah, I think I just lost that one. So, yeah, excellent tutorial from me, showing you how good I am at losing. Okay, I think I've pretty much run through most of the basic stuff in this game. And mind you, this is extremely basic. There's so much more to it, and so much to learn. Definitely recommend it though, because I've been loving it so far. I loved the beta. I didn't even know there was gonna be a campaign mode, but that just is icing on the cake. So yeah, maybe you might get bored of it in a few months or a month, maybe. But I feel since it's kind of like a hybrid fighting game, it's got a lot of replay value. Definitely worth the money. I can recommend it. Uh, I'm just yeah, yeah, and you can tell I'm really terrible at making videos because this is like my second video. I don't do commentary. I am pretty shy, but yeah, I'm just trying it out. So in the store, and yeah, everyone hates to see the word store in a paid game because that sounds like a F2P microtransaction thing. But there are microtransactions, but not to worry. It's more. It's not terrible. They're steel packs. So it's more like pay for convenience. You don't want to earn the steel normally. You just want a quick bulk amount of steel so you can get some cosmetics and all that. You can pay for them. Uh, it's not like it's a lot of money for some people, but it is still money which you can use to buy another game. So this is all totally up to you. The option is there. Another thing is there is champion status. Now what this does is it costs in-game money, in-game currency, the steel. You can turn it on by spending the required amount of steel, and you get champion status. What this does is you get all these little perks right here. More salvage from dismantling gear, like I told you, you get gear, right? Yeah, so if you get gear, like for knights, you get another sword blade, you like it more, you don't think you'll use the previous one, make sure you are sure you'll get rid of it. You can dismantle it to get salvage. Bear in mind, if it's a knight item and you dismantle it, you get knight salvage. So that salvage is only applicable to knights. It can't be used for samurai stuff or other faction stuff. So yeah, bear, bear that in mind. Champion status will give you an XP boost, 25% XP boost. This is really quite substantial for yourself only. But hey, champions are also champions for a reason. They are generous. If you're a champion, people in your party, when you're in a group, even strangers, in a random match that you join, will get a 10% XP boost from from you being a champion. If I'm not wrong, that actually stacks. So if there are 3 champions in the party and I'm not a champion, I'm gonna get 30% XP boost. I think. I'm not sure. And this is the icon that appears next to a player that has champion status on. You get more end match loot, so more loot at the end of a match if you do get loot, and some exclusive emblems. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I did read some stuff on Reddit, and some people did the calculation whether or not it's worth it, blah blah blah. In the long term, I really do think it's worth it if you plan to play this game a decent amount. Not like insane amounts, but just a few hours a day, a couple hours a day. I think you can get your money's worth because even if you may not make back the credits, or sorry, still calling it credits, if you don't make back the steel or the currency, you're getting all these other things, and that more than makes up for it, in my opinion, because it's just in-game currency, and you can get that from just playing the game. So yeah, that's I think that's all. That's a season pass. So well, okay, first time I'm looking at this, but wow, 6 new heroes, 6 elite outfits, the sunbeam effects on emotes, 30 days of champion status. There's probably a typo there. And 3 scavenger crates. Scavenger crates would be the packs I told you about when you're